I grounded my daughter and canceled her senior trip after I found out she was cheating on her boyfriend. It started 3 weeks ago when I was doing laundry. Sophie's phone kept buzzing on her dresser while she was in the shower, and normally I wouldn't even look, but it was going off every 10 seconds. I figured maybe her boyfriend Brandon was having some kind of emergency. He's a good kid, been dating Sophie for almost 2 years, but when I glanced at the screen, the messages weren't from Brandon. They were from someone named Alex, and the preview text made my stomach drop. "Can't wait to see you tonight, babe," and "delete these after you read them." I'm not proud of what I did next, but I opened her phone. The passcode was her birthday, not exactly Fort Knox security. What I found made me want to throw up. Months of messages, pictures I definitely didn't need to see. Plans to meet up whenever Brandon was at his job at the grocery store. She'd been telling us she was studying at the library or hanging out with her friend Nicole, but she was really sneaking around with this Alex guy from her college prep class. The worst part? Brandon had been saving up for months to take her to prom. This kid works 20 hours a week bagging groceries and pumping gas just to afford a nice dinner and corsage. Meanwhile, my daughter was playing him like a fool. When Sophie got out of the shower, I was sitting on her bed with her phone in my hands. The look on her face told me everything. Pure panic, then anger, then this weird defiance like I was the one in the wrong. "Dad, you had no right to go through my phone," she started, but I cut her off. "Sit down, we need to talk." She tried to deny it at first, said Alex was just a friend, that the messages didn't mean anything, but I'd read enough to know she was lying through her teeth. She'd been seeing him for 3 months. 3 months of lying to Brandon, to us, to everyone. "Do you have any idea what you're doing to that boy?" I asked her. "Brandon thinks you're going to marry him someday. He's planning your future together while you're sneaking around behind his back." That's when the tears started, but they felt fake, like she was more upset about getting caught than actually hurting someone. She kept saying it wasn't that serious, that Brandon would get over it, that she was young and deserved to explore her options. "You want to explore your options? Fine, but you don't get to destroy someone else while you figure yourself out." I gave her an ultimatum. Tell Brandon the truth by the end of the week or I would. She laughed at me, actually laughed and said I wouldn't dare interfere in her personal life. Wrong move. The next day, I called Brandon's mom, Linda. She's a nurse at the local hospital, works crazy hours to support Brandon and his little sister since her husband left. Linda and I had become friendly over the years. She'd driven Sophie to school plenty of times when I was traveling for work. "Linda, we need to talk about our kids," I said. "Can you meet me for coffee?" When I told her what was happening, she just stared at her cup for a long time. Then she said, "I was wondering why Brandon seemed so stressed lately. He keeps asking if he's good enough for Sophie, if she really loves him. That poor baby's been doubting himself." We agreed that Brandon deserved to know, but it should come from Sophie. Linda said she'd give her one more chance to do the right thing, but Sophie doubled down, started deleting messages, changed her passcode, and got even sneakier. She told Brandon she needed space to focus on finals, so he backed off like the respectful kid he is. Meanwhile, she was spending even more time with Alex. The breaking point came when I overheard her on the phone with her friend Nicole. "Brandon's so clingy," she was saying. "Alex is just more mature, you know? Like, Brandon still gets excited about sharing a milkshake. It's kind of pathetic." That's when I lost it. This wasn't just cheating anymore. She was actively destroying a good person's self-worth while using him as a backup plan. I walked into her room that night with a printout of her senior trip itinerary, the one I'd already paid $2,800 for. It was this amazing graduation trip to Europe with her class, something she'd been looking forward to for 2 years. "Your trip's canceled," I said, dropping the papers on her desk. "And you're grounded until you tell Brandon the truth." She went ballistic.